Greetings, defenders of the vault. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Stalwart Ancients. Episode 23. Free Chemfuel deliveries are nice. Alright, let's get the lab equipment installed. None of the lab equipment that we salvaged from this significantly changes the equation for... So, the neurostabilizers, we got 3 of. Increases the success chance by like 1 per stabilizer. The cognitive recovery rays, which we got 2 of, decrease the length of the coma, which is nice because we had like a 5-day coma. Now it's going to be a 3-day coma. And then the rapid infusion pumps reduces the injection time by like 12 hours. We got 2 of them, so we inject a day faster. But it's only a 3% chance. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter because it's up to the pawn owners to decide whether or not they want to, to be gene modded. And then I make the decision for aggro. And my decision for aggro is to leave them unmodded. At least for now. Because both Flip and Enu have yet to have injections. Flip doesn't even have a xenogerm yet. And, on top of that, there is a... So there's a lot of Archite injections that we could do for other people, but, like, I just don't... We rely so heavily on aggro's combat abilities, I really don't feel the need to make him any worse at fighting. Because he's really, really, really good as he is, and I feel like tinkering with his genes could just ruin it. Alright, so let's, unload all. Oh my god. And super haul. There's also a lot of implants, and we can decide on who gets what. Aggro even has an inspired surgery, so if there's an implant to be added to Breakfire, it's probably best done when aggro is inspired, so that the success chance goes up. I think I'm going to move the orbital trade beacon here, oddly, and then build some extras so that trade supplies lands here, which is not too far outside of our base. I don't want it to be near the shuttle bay because that poses a whole different risk of compromising our shuttle. And then we'll build a spare beacon there, and a spare beacon there. So once everything is hauled away, I will set the vault to receive the new equipment, and then we'll get it installed. Take Enu after doctoring, good call. And, for that matter, wardening. Unfortunately, I didn't really lay out... Oh, great. We got your hair color. Whoa! I'll sell that. First chance I get. And nostrils done in about 14 hours for a gene ripping. I'm sure we're running out of like Genebank space. 44444. Yes. So let's go ahead and create some more storage for that stuff. Else the genes will decay. And then we also definitely want to sell the stuff we don't need. What is more efficient, 2 ancient beds or 1 big bed? So the big beds are 70 watts a piece. The small ones are 35. So it's like doesn't matter at all. The only advantage of the smaller ones is you might be able to Jenga in some extra. So like in this case, I could Jenga in another bed there. Hypothetically, I could like move a lot of stuff to try to shift everything to try to take advantage of like these spaces too. But one more or two more plots isn't going to make a whole bunch of difference. So I'm not fretting about that at all. All right, we are out of steel for building anything new. I'm going to break down one of these steel mortars because, to be honest, we'll never have space for 2 mortars anyway. And then we're going to need aggro to start mining locally because if we're flat out of steel, that's a separate problem. Oh, that's a good point. Do the ancient beds break down costs and components? Probably not. Probably not. Although hydro beds, I don't think break down either. I know they require components to build, but I don't think I've ever seen one break down. I gotta Google that. They do short circuit in the rain. Yeah, that's something I don't know. I don't think I've ever functionally seen them break down. Power is absolutely critical to use. It's recommended to have batteries. And, I don't know. I tried to quick skim the wiki, but I didn't see any, I didn't see anything helpful there. So we're still on Super Haul, I know. We still have some stuff left to move around. And then the other thing we're going to want to do is, and this is really important for role-playing reasons, put all of the new stuff that is lab equipment downstairs, right? Like, no one should know about our secret lab. It wouldn't be a secret otherwise. So we've got the 2 arrays, the 3 stabilizers, and the 2 rapid infusion pumps that we're going to shove downstairs. Oh, God, look at the stupid animals. Oh, my goodness. All right, aggro, you're on this. And, brilliantly, he puts himself in the corner. Luckily, he moves at, like, the flash speed so he can get out of bad situations like that. So down here, break fire. You are going to install the neural stabilizers like this. The cog arrays. How many cog arrays are there again? All right, so there's... Because I wanted to do it kind of like somewhat symmetrically. And the rejection buffer coil, there we go. Thought I had 2 of those. I do, but 2 total, okay. And then the rapid pumps. Did I not even have these? Where's my old rapid pumps? Are these the 2? No, I should have... Oh, it's right in the middle. Oh my god. Okay. So the rapid pumps, we have 9 total. Okay. All right. That's all the lab equipment. So again, 9 arrays, check. 2 rejection buffer coils, check. 1 attenuator, check. 4 cogs, check. 3 rapid pumps, check. Archite recycler, check. Harmonizer, check. And pathway, check. And then an uninstalled splice frame uplink. Yep. It is all accounted for. Perfect. Pretty good lab. I like it. Not that we're using it at the moment. The other thing we should probably do is enter the vault and put the Archite caps down there too. Because we have 2 of them up here that don't need to be up here. I think I want aggro to grow and plant cut before hunt. Part of it is just like we have a volcanic winter and like a lot of other environmental things that like pushed out all the animals in this map tile. So there's just not a lot to hunt. Full stop. So the priority right now is to install bionics and make armor. A little recovery time before we go redeploy. Obviously, the signal said that things are going to get harder. So I think I'm going to make the decision to give the other detox lung, oddly enough, to break fire, so he just has even more move speed. So we're going to do a left lung detox with industrial meds. And use aggro's inspired surgery for it. Because I didn't really get any other parts that makes a whole heck of a lot of sense to give to break fire, other than that detox lung, I would say. Bionic arm actually wouldn't be a bad, but he's got one already. Maybe because he's our crafter though. Dual death resting. I was just going to do it now for the inspiration, because the death rest and inspiration won't overlap. So there's the lung, and then on top of that we'll do bionic left shoulder, so that he can craft things faster. Alright, the other things that we could install, bionic stomach, I don't really need to do. Prosthetics, obviously no. Yeah, so there's really nothing else. What is your surgery suggestions? 103? Oh, yeah, well, that's fine. Even with one eye. In that case... I'm going to wait until the anesthesia wears off on breakfire, and then schedule some additional surgeries. And I really hope to find the guaranteed find of Plasteel too. That would be awesome. Oh, confusion. Oh, aggro, you should have a gun. You should have your, like, super good gun. Forgot to swap back to it after surgery. Where is it? There it is. Alright, back on your emu hunt. It's like the only animals we're getting. So weird. Wouldn't that increase his move speed? Yes, the lungs would. It might actually make more sense to give it to someone else that doesn't have super speed, so they can run a little faster than the average pawn, rather than someone that can already run insanely fast. Going even faster is pushing diminishing returns. The other thing I wanted to do is to raise everyone's bedroom up to, like, at least slightly impressive. Because there will be a big benefit to that as well. Yeah, okay. Aggro is just an absolute murder monster. I don't really need to worry about these emus posing much of a threat. And once we have everyone in marine helmets, we can decide whether to do, like, bionics or you know, more armor or whatever. Okay, all bedrooms are now equally, well, minus this one, are equally impressive. The question for you guys is, what should the next push be towards? Ancient danger for cure or vault for equipment? When I say ancient danger for cure, it's really just a catch-all of, like, cures in general. So the other things is we can check the points of interest near us to see if any of them might have, like, ruins could have cures. Ancient quarry probably won't have a cure. Ancient uplinks, ancient garrisons, right? There's points of interest that might have cures as well, besides just ancient dangers. But the idea is, do we try to find a cure or do we try to find equipment? Kind of one or the other, but not both. Okay, our food budget is bouncing back now that everyone's home. We've just about murdered everything on this map tile, leaving aggro to continue mining in a minute. And here's our first. Oh, really? Three work? You bastard! Wow, Nostril, you really are horrible. Are you sick? You're sickly. Okay, that's starting to make more sense. I was like, how is he just getting every disease known to man? But yeah, okay, it makes sense. It's by design. Looking good. Now, what we really need is the long-range mineral scanner to pick up another guaranteed fight of plasteel, because it's awesome making marine helmets, but we are going to run out of plasteel quick. And then once we do, no more armor for us. So hopefully we get lucky there. And every single animal on the map tile now is gone. Aggro has killed them all. The inverse Pokemon. Oh, Breakfire, you still have your patient gown. My bad. And then Aggro is going to want to take that armor off, because I just cleared forced for him, which was dumb, so I'm just going to force it back on. Is it time for the next injection with you, with the lab upgraded? That's up to you. That's entirely up to you. So if you want that, use the channel point redemption to do it. If you want my opinion, now's not a bad time. Certainly. It depends on whether you want to risk adding to this or not. Because at the moment, you don't have a lot of bad genes, and you have a lot of good genes, so there's not a ton to gain. But you could still stand to gain something spectacular. It's a gamble every time. Okay, you want an injection? You got it. So, if Break is going to go for injection, the first question I have is, can 2 generators actually keep this lab on now? Because we did just add a whole bunch of stuff to it. So that will be my first thing I check. All lab on, and we are in the net positive still. Cool. Before I enter, let's get the chance for success from the splice frame. So, it's a 56 success, a 24 reject, and the mutations are going to be wrong because of so, as a reminder, the splice frame uplink will reveal all outcome chances in the ArcGen injector, but also slightly increases the chance of a mutation. So the mutation chance is higher than it normally would be. But with that said, it's about a 56 success when this is uninstalled. So let's go ahead and uninstall this again. And then aggro, we'll go ahead and yep, we're selecting inject. We'll go ahead and feed it in, and there we go. Injection has started. So, prediction. Will the genetic experiment succeed? Has begun. I think I'm gonna hold off on any bionics because I don't need anyone else in a coma. So we are going to acquire resources, basically amass stuff for Breakfire to use once he's out of coma. Steel, plasteel, whatever we can get our hands on. So I am still hoping on finding the long-range mineral scan guarantee find, so that we can add to our plasteel stocks. Oh, it's negative 40 watts in the lab now? Okay. We could turn off a light. Or turning off both lights would only be 30 watts. I guess it's time for another installation. Flip, get down there and do it. Doesn't the machinery's power use go up while active? Yes, that's exactly right. Here, let's line the wall, actually. But I had the materials to build one down here already, so like I had planned for this event, obviously. Okay, so we're in power positive. Good. The other thing I might do is change the shooters right now so that their only utility is lances. Because I don't really need anything else. I don't want the smoke pot packs. And yeah, I'll put a few more components down there for breakdowns. Oh, God. Okay, hold up. We have our own power problems. Gotta kick the gen. Come on. Alright, let's kick it again. Yeah, that's a good amount of power. It'd be nice to carry one of these big boys home next time we're out. I just didn't think it was necessary on the last trip. But they do generate a lot of power for the Chemfuel that they require. Hello, ChemGen. Yeah, I turned you on. How about you generate power? Just, come on, RimWorld. Oh, there we go. RimWorld, why? The generator needs power to generate power. What? That is some drunk math right there. Alright, break. Hope it goes well. I hope you don't get stupid like Red Mist did. Luckily, I mean, we could fix Red Mist with some implantation intervention. But with that said, she's also climbing up to 75 hemocollapse, so at some point she's gonna have to be put on ice. So I'm gonna try to use her for like research and plasteel finding up until the point where I can't. I was really hoping for a trade caravan to come in soon, because we have a lot of genes that we just don't need. It's actually going to be a bit of a pain because we have so many genes that, like, I don't even know what to do with them all. And if you haven't made a prediction yet, you got seconds left, if that interests you. That was pretty good treatment. I'm glad she's not been the one getting sick, because her immunity gain minus 50% would be really hard to compensate for. She'd have to be, like, super hospitalized. In fact, it might be wise to put her on the antibiotic scheduling. So I am going to duplicate the social drugs. Call it Red Mist. And tell her to take antibiotics every 6 days. Because it fell from the sky, I might as well take it. So, this will only prevent malaria, sleeping sickness, and plague. Taken every... Oh, I should take it every 5 days. I think it's more than 5 days. It's like 5.5. Yeah, 5.6 days, which is why I set it to 6. But I'll take it every five days. So Red Mist on Red Mist drug schedule. Taking antibiotics every 5 days. And we'll keep one in our inventory. And that's just so that, like, because of her immunity gain chance, because of her hemocollapse, if she's targeted by at least those diseases, she'll be spared. Have you even... Oh, there we go. Have her carry one go juice in her inventory too? That's probably wise. Because if we get attacked, we'd want her to be able to defend herself. God, how many times have you fed them? I just keep hearing feed noises. Pig feed. So we're at a 50-50 chance for discovering some plasteel. Let's work smart, not hard. We got plenty of wood. Just light it up. Much better. You would think that, like, an architect eye would like, provide dark vision. I mean, it doesn't, but... Uh-oh. The hell are you guys doing? Not enough. Oh, wait, because we ran out of kibble. Okay, assignments. Food policies, kibble, delete. Oh, fine. Diver. You are allowed to eat simple meals now. And then food assignments, kibble, delete. I had a bunch of kibble from when we had horses, and I wanted to use up all the kibble before we, you know, rather than throw it away or something. So I was feeding it to the Edekin. And, I was hoping that I would notice that they were starving to death when I ran out. And I did. Just barely, but I did, technically. So red mist, let's extract from nostril. And then diver. Nostril's been, like, queued up to be extracted from for a long, long time, and I just, like, failed. The other thing I might want to do is, if we want to scan something, take flip off of art and put him back on research. All the extra art's been nice, but at this point, with the rec room is extremely impressive, it's highly unlikely I'm going to be able to climb up to, like, wondrously impressive, even with a lot of art effort, so I'd rather have him scanning for minerals and the like. So break. About halfway through. And then once break is out in a coma, I'm going to see if I can stack death rest and coma recovery. I mean, might as well if we can. So what do you guys think is, like, the right threshold to put her into cryptosleep? Oh, more trotter hands. God damn it. Don't want your stupid trotter hands. Nobody needs that. It's time to get tidy. I'll have Red Mist do it. So Diver needs to get put in there too, doesn't he? Yep. Are they all on... Oh, yeah, they are on the wrong meals, I guess. I can put them on cooked meals. I don't think they've been eating packages of raw meals anyway. I have 80 of them, so I suspect that they haven't been adding that to their diet, but it'd be wise of me to, like, make sure that they don't eat that for fun. Is there a next stage to the disease? Well, we'll see, won't we? You don't die until it hits 100, if that's what you're worried about. Okay, we've got infestations in the... What? In the freezer? I guess... Yeah, technically that would be allowed, because it's, like, cold but not, like, cold enough. Oh, there's going to be some bugs outside of the freezer, so maybe this choke point makes more sense. Because we have these guys too. And they're even in our power room as well. Ugh, this is gross. Okay, I think I need to aggro them so they actually come running. Run. No, aggro, run. There we go. And we'll have a lot of Chemfuel at the end of this, I guess. Okay. What is most in danger? I would say the power room. But honestly, it's like just as in danger of us breaking it to death by gunfire. Inaccurate gunfire. So I'm repairing. Alright, next up. Biofuel refinery. Rimness, you go flying with aggro in the wings. And Inu, you punch, because I don't even trust you using your gun as a gun. Red Mist, step over him. Thank you. Alright, so they got one shelf. Somehow or another, I didn't notice this until just now. I didn't have auto-replace upon destruct. So I'm turning that on. At this point, I think all the big bugs are dead or wounded, and it's just a matter of cleanup now. Could have been worse. Definitely was annoying, but could have been worse. So I'll have Red Mist fly around and pop the hives. And aggro took a crack to his leg. It doesn't matter. He doesn't even feel it. It's bionic. Okay, we lost a shelf. And we got a whole bunch of Chemfuel. I'll take it. Ah, you little jerk. At least I didn't feel that. I've been trying to close the distance on the larva before they can just, like, acid burn us. But every now and then they get their spew off. Well, that sounds awful. Hey, Inu, don't cook. Oh my god, don't cook right now. Don't cook right now. Holy hell, don't cook right now. You want food poisoning? Because that's how to get food poisoning. And I'm going to wait to pop this larva until Flippers is out of the way. Aggro, you really... Fine, whatever. 10 to aggro. Right, these gene banks... Oh, no, that one's not empty. Eject. And don't allow gene packs. The idea is, like, let's not have extra gene banks run when we don't need them, so I've been keeping the ones we don't need storage on off. Okay, so once this workshop is cleaned, we can start cooking, and we'll have a lot of bugs to butcher. So I'm going to set everyone to high priority haul so that we can haul them into the Actually, I'm going to allow this one because we're about to require another slot. All right, it's clean. Cool. So far, infestations haven't been too bad. There's no real way to counter all the infestations, though. Not unless we eat an exclusively meat diet, which, like, we could try to do. Because we're not able to grow food in a frozen environment. There's no, like, frost wheat, right? And there's not enough space here to, like, viably grow food. So there's no way to really... yeah, there's not really a way to prevent all infestations. Which means I think it's just going to be a continual thing, a continual threat to our lab. There's no counter. And that's fine. It's just is what it is. Alright, break. 2 days. Yeah, caravan foraging, like, you could try, especially for the ones that masterwork plants. The problem is the biome around us, we're in lava, and around us is desert. So, it's not exactly efficient. It would not, and the micromanagement for that would be obnoxious. So, it would be vetoed on those grounds alone. Stickiest, thank you for the resub. I think that's important. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, is like, I don't try to make my job any harder than it is. So adding a ridiculous levels of micromanagement is not something I would consider doing ever, unless absolutely necessary for some reason. So the plan right now is to, once Breakfire is out of coma, to go Ancient Danger hunting. To go cure hunting. Essentially. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Stalwart Ancients, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow ancients.